Where I'm going to go ahead and bend the hood with the bag. You can see right here where the fender's higher than the hood. So I'm going to open the hood, and then I'm going to take the bag and I'm going to put it right here. And because the bag's flexible, it's going to shape to the edge of the fender. It's not going to damage the fender or the bottom of the hood. And I'm going to just take the hood here and I'm just going to rock it like this. Now you can see how I brought it back up where it's level with the fender again. Now we're going to do the same thing with the door. When a door gets a twist, you can see right here on the door, with the door sitting in at the top. And at the bottom, you can see where the bottom's out. The door's actually got a twist in it like this. So here again with the bag, you get the bag, and the bag will contour to the door, so you don't have to worry about bending anything. So I'm going to put the bag in here like this. I'm just going to come down here and push the door. It might take a couple of times. Okay, pause it. Now if you do the twisting on the bottom of the top, by putting the bag here, it brings the top of the door out. And then pushing down here on the bottom brings the bottom of the door in. Sometimes you may want to adjust the door in and out after you've twisted it. It might need to go in or come out to make it even on the top and the bottom. Now on the hood, one thing I didn't show you on the hood is when the hinge gets fit back in here, the hood will be sitting lower than the fender. So what we're going to do, the same purpose as bending the hood in the center, we're going to put the bag under the hinge. And we're going to roll the hinge forward. So we're going to set it right here. And here again, you don't have to worry about hurting any of this because this is all going to form to this. We're going to sit here and we're just going to real lightly. It doesn't take a lot. Shut it. And now you can see how the hood's back up even with the fender again. This is real common on the front end hits with the hinges getting bent like that. Sometimes the hood, you need to bow the hood, pushing these corners down. The way you do that, one guy pushing down here and another guy pushing down here, bowing the hood, the corners down, where they'll line up with the fenders if they're sticking up.
Action.
This is where on the front bumper of a Honda Accord, where it got hit in the front, the license plate frame actually put a crease in here, and here's where one of the license plate bolts hit it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over and determine where this is on the other side of the bumper. So, if you can kind of get into reflection, you can kind of see the line right here. So what I do is I take a marker, and I mark it out like that, and then I try to determine where that bolt was, and it's right there. I put a mark right there. Then I go ahead, and I'll use a variety of hammers. I like using the ball peens because it does take quite a bit of effort to push this back out, and the ball peen will do it. Sometimes you'll need this. If it's got like a line like this you want to get out. I'm going to use the ball peen on this one. And here again with the bag, because the bag, it'll shape like the absorber did when it got pushed in, and it'll support everything around it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to work that line. Now you can see it's already coming out. I'm going to go ahead and work it just a little bit more, and probably a little bit more on this side of the line. I'm going to work that out a little bit more. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my sander and go ahead and hit it with my sander. Now when I start hitting it with my sander, I'm going to see the highs and lows of it. Now you can see it's almost already out right now. Now right here, what I'll do is I'll come back in with a something straight to hit it right there. And I know it's right here in that corner, so I'm going to go ahead and use this hammer. Now I can finish bigger damage than this just as easy as that. I would have got probably paid about 3 hours to repair that. Took me maybe 10 minutes at the most. Now I have another one here I want to show you real quick. Now that's actually a scrap bumper. This one's actually a job I'm getting paid for. I'll get 3 hours to repair this. What I have here is where it got hit, 2 license plate bolt marks. Here again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and determine the damage on the back side of the bumper, and I'm going to mark those spots. So here I'm just going to feel it. Yep, I can't really feel it, so I'm going to come back and look at it here. Okay, so it's approximately right here. I was up too high. Okay, so that's one there. And that's the other one right there. Now I want to just double check, make sure I'm in the right area. There I go, it's right there. And this one's right there, okay. So now I'm going to come back again, and I'm going to use my ball peen. Since these are a little smaller, I'm going to use my smaller ball peen on this one. And I'm going to sit it right here again, and I'm just going to hit it. You got to give it a good hit. Here again, it's going to drive out that low spot, but it's not going to damage the rest of the bumper. Now I'm going to come back with my sander again. one came up awfully quick. I'm going to come back with this one and just work that one spot just a little more. You can see how quick that's disappearing because I was hitting that right on it. Now that's finished in 80 grit. Now I would go over it with 150 and then hit it lightly with 220 grit, and then it's ready for the painter to primer and paint. And that's it. I hope that answers your questions.